Game. I wrote on that when we became Maple River. Prom, my first date with my husband was I asked him to prom, and I graduated from here. And so, yeah, I have a lot of memories. I have a lot of good memories here.
It's probably not so much the building as the people, you know, the kids and the teachers that are here now who were here when I was here, that I still have fond memories of.
From high school, a lot of my favorite memories are just being in some of these classrooms. So for math, and that's where like a lot of the business offices are right now. So I remember being in that classroom. So some of those rooms that are upstairs, like Miss Reuter is in right now, it's just fun to go back and think about some of those teachers that had a really powerful impact on me. Actually, in my classroom right here, I had classes with Benny Peterson, who was the biology teacher that retired, and then I ended up taking his position here. And he made a huge impact on me and why I wanted to go into life sciences, why I was so interested in human anatomy. So those are some really great memories, I guess, going back to the teachers that I had here. Some good memories since I've been teaching are just a lot of the classes that I've gone through. And even though I haven't had a lab, and I've had to do science without a lab for 22 years, which has been difficult, it's been fun to do some modifications and adaptations with all the different classes that have come through. I really think that your students, at least for me, my students that I've had come through have made every year special and enjoyable.
We had a lot of fun in the classroom. We had a lot of fun. We did a lot of just goofball things that made school enjoyable. We put a lot of hours and work in out at the track complex, whether it was planting trees or doing some landscaping project. With the greenhouse and projects we did, we had some stupid little games that we'd play every now and then, but a lot of good memories.
Walking by all the years that students have graduated down freshman hall now, those are all classes that I've been a counselor for, and then around the corner down the hall are my friends that I graduated with and the friends before and after me. You know, sometimes when I look at those pictures, I have memories of all those years and all those students that have gone through school.
We went to the state basketball tournaments. I was the athletic director's secretary at that time. We won that one. We won one year. It was exciting. That was a good memory. I have some memorable ones. Having worked in the high school office, most kids that come in that have gotten into trouble, the first thing they say is, all I did was. That's the problem. That's because you did that.
Even when I started here, we still had an elementary, so the middle school wing was an elementary wing, and our two middle schools were in two different towns. I think bringing the middle school here really changed some dynamic.
Building has always been the building. You know, I mean, it's weird to say that, but you know, the building's always had a personality. Kids have changed, the dress and the attire, and some of the work ethic of kids has changed. You know, cell phones has changed. You know, when I first started, there were very few cell phones, and the cell phone policies that we've had to adopt. You know, you go back to 20 years ago and even 30 and 40 years ago, there were kids all over the building, and you know, there's always a nice pulse and a nice personality to a school, and Maple River's always had a good one.
What's called the AAA gym had a balcony. I remember a lot of different things happening in there, and so I think it was my second year as a counselor, they started working on the new building project. We were graduating so many students that we were full in the building and we needed more space. So we added the commons, because that was the outside of the building where the lunchroom is. That brick wall is where the building used to be. So different classrooms have changed. This used to be a classroom when I was a student, and now it's offices.
One thing a lot of people don't know about our building is that you can actually go through all three science rooms without ever going out into the hall. So we have connecting doorways and things to be able to get through all of those without going in the hall. Most people don't realize that. That door, and you can go to Miss Isaacson's, and then you go through Mrs. Isaacson's and go through the supply room doors and then get into Miss McGregor's room. And then we also can access the roof for Miss Isaacson's room from a storage room right there.
I know down in the ag department where Mr. Sheely's at now, there's a window from a back storage room into the shop. He would always have kids, you know, working on projects, and he would come over and look through the window to watch. Well, then he'd go back, and if kids were monkeying around or doing whatever. A lot of people don't even know the back stairwell up by where the old guidance counselor's office used to be from the science wing. A lot of people might not know that there's an elevator opened up right into a classroom. The storage rooms in the drama department, there's doors that nobody's ever been in. There's a lot of places, within the building that people have never been to. Whether that's, on the tunnels, the hiding spots, there's a lot of places that people don't even know exist.
Berger. She scored a total of 1,001 points between 2016 to 2020. Her twin sister, Abby, she had a wide open layup and gave the ball up for Allie. The third girl, who is now holding the school record for the most points of 2,398, is Madison Shermer. She scored her points between 2015 to 2019. Jill Fitzsimmons, who has scored 1,381 points between 1994 and 1998. These are all the kids throughout Maple River who have won 100 or more of their matches. The boys basketball team has been part of the Elite Eight 3 times and in the Final Four 4 times. In 1993, actually won the state championship. The boys football team has only made it to state 3 times. First time in 1982, second in 2016, and the third time in 2021. When Dusty started coaching back in 2017, they started singing the school song no matter what the outcome of the game was. They were always proud to be an Eagle.